Alright, MA250 students, we are in module number 10 for SolidWorks. And this week we're going to go over assembly engineering drawings like you see right here. So last week we created, in module number 9, we created assemblies. We created this pizza cutter right here, given these 4 different parts. So this week, it'll be rather quick. We're going to create this engineering drawing of it. We're going to insert these balloon callouts, and then we're going to create this little bill of materials right over here with just a simple item number, part name, and quantity. So we're going to go right over here, and we're going to start with this pizza cutter that we have fully assembled that we did in module number 9. So first thing first, we can see right here that this is the pizza cutter, but it's not fully assembled. We've got these different individual parts that have been separated from each other. That's going to be called an exploded view. So we're going to make this exploded view over here in SolidWorks in the assembly folder. And that's going to be right up here in the assembly features tab. And we're going to make an exploded view. And actually, let's go back and visit what it says. Separates the components into an exploded view. Pretty self-explanatory. So what this is going to do is we're going to select individual components, and then we're going to separate them from each other. So we're going to want to make it the most visually pleasing way we can to show off all the different parts in our feature. So when we click a part, we're going to get these 3 different axes right here, and they're just different ways that we can move this. So I want to move this in the Z direction to kind of spread it out. This doesn't have to be an exact science, just so it looks good. And then I'm going to click this one right here, do the same thing, move it over. Click this right here, and again, move it over. And that looks rather good to me. You can always go back and edit it if you need to, but it's not an exact science really. You just got to make it look good. So I like it. I think it looks clean. So we're going to go here, check mark. I'm going to go ahead and get that front view, and then I'm going to try and angle it so that we can begin to see each part, but it's still kind of separated. Then I'm going to go to File, Make Drawing from Assembly, and then we have our own ME250 template that we use, which is available on Blackboard. And we have a different one for assemblies, ME250 CAD template assembly. I'm going to choose that. Okay. And then since I created this drawing from that assembly, it automatically starts right here and gives us all these different views we could do. And since I angled it nicely in the other window, which I thought I could show you, but I can't, right here is the current view, which is the current view that we have in the SolidWorks assembly. So I'm going to select that, drag it in, and we got plenty of room right here, so I'm going to go ahead and make it 1:1 scale so we can go ahead and fit it better on this page. So right here we can see that it's not in the exploded view like we have it right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Very simply, right click it, and then we're going to press show in exploded state. So you can see what it did right there. It just separated all these parts and then exploded it. So do it again, show in exploded state, separates all these so we can view them more easily. Next thing we want to do is we're going to add these balloon callouts, which simply numbers each of the individual components. And again, this is very simple. Go right up here to auto balloon, and then we already had this selected, so it added these balloons right here. Looks good, and then you can go ahead and arrange them. You guys will probably have much more parts on yours, so you may need to organize them so that they're more tidy, but you can just drag them around until they snap into place and until they look good. And then the final thing we need to do is insert our bill of materials for this part. And to do that, I'm going to go to Insert, Tables, Bill of Materials. And it wants us to select the assembly. I'm going to choose this one right here. And we're going to use just a standard bill of materials. And then you can see we've got this right here. Then we like to snap it right over here. It's kind of a tricky little thing, but I'll show you how to do it. We can go in right here, and then we can snap it right into place in this corner, right above this little title block. And since we like to keep it a little tidy, we're going to get rid of this description column. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that, delete it, and then I'm going to go ahead and move this right back over to the corner. Again, I'm pretty picky, so I like to get it perfectly in the corner. Just zoom in and fit it this way. So we've got the item number, which corresponds to these different bubbles or balloons. And then we've got the part number, which actually we should change to part name, and then quantity. So number 1 is the axle, number 2 is the blade wheel, 3 handle grip, and 4 axle cap, and then there's a quantity of 1 each. And then just in case you don't remember to change these, we're going to go to sheet, edit sheet format, and then we can go ahead and change these values just by simply changing text. Assembly. Example. We're in MMGS. Perfect. And then we changed it in the very beginning to be 1 to 1. And there we have it. We've got our assembly engineering drawing. And I know we always said if our individual parts to show hidden lines, but sometimes they can get a little bit tedious, a little bit cluttered. So that's up to your discretion, really. But we would never use the shaded. We would always be between hidden lines visible and non-visible. So there we have it. We've created this assembly engineering drawing, and that completes module number 10 and completes all the CAD you should need in order to complete your tech memo. All right, thanks guys.